So good day to all of you. My name is Michael M. Rupido from Tambo Elementary School, Municipality of Indang, Cavite. And the research that I'm going to present with you today is about Project Mathtuto, Targeted Intervention for Grade 5 Learners in Multiplication of Fractions. So for the abstract or the purpose of the study, the research aimed to determine the effect of Project Mathtuto, an intervention program on the students' performance in Tambo Elementary School during the first quarter of school year 2020-2021. The design, the methodology, and approach. So this research will use the quantitative descriptive method since objective of the researcher were to determine the impact of the Mathtuto intervention program. For the findings, it shows that there is a significant difference between the pretest and the post-test scores before and after the intervention. So for the context and the rationale, so based on the diagnostic test in grade 5 mathematics, 28 out of 33 pupils, or equivalent to 85% of the whole population, find multiplication of fraction difficult. Yes, this is very true. Why? Because they find multiplication of fractions very difficult. So Matuto is a strategy, whereas concept notes about mathematics specifically in multiplying fractions, which will lead to pupils' concept development and mastery of the lesson. Concept notes was given every Friday for them to have an ample time reading and studying the lessons on weekends. So why Friday? It's because from Monday to Thursday, they have to answer the modules or the activity sheets. While on Friday, they will be having time to deep or to dig deep in their knowledge because they will have the time to read and to analyze the lesson given to them. So the action research, we have three. So the first one is what is the pretest mean scores in multiplication of fractions. The second one is the post-test mean score in multiplication of fractions. And the last one is there a significant difference between the mean gain scores between the pretest and the post-test? So the proposed innovation, intervention, and strategies in this research, the researcher will use the Matuto intervention program to know the process skills of the pupils in terms of multiplication of fractions. So the participants of this action research are 32 pupils composed of 18 male and 15 female under my supervision. So for the data gathering method, I use the paired t-test. So the paired t-test provides an hypothesis test of the difference between the population means for a pair of random samples whose differences are approximately normally distributed. So I use this formula to determine the the difference between the mean percentage or the pretest and the post-test, where D is the difference per paired value and N is the number of samples. So for the results and discussions, as you can see, the mean for the pretest is 2.91 and the standard deviation is 2.0691. For the mean of the post-test, you have 7.22 and the standard deviation is 1.5184. So the table shows that the result of the pretest and the post-test mean scores. The computed mean scores of the pretest was 2.91 with standard deviation of 2.0691, while the post-test has 7.22 with a standard deviation of 1.514. So using this table, the table, the difference between the pretest and the post-test scores before and after the intervention. So for the t-test, so you have the p-value, the interpretation, and the decision. So the table shows that the result of the difference between the pretest and the post-test scores before and after the intervention using the t-test for correlated, the cumulative value is negative 15.911 with its associated probability value of 0.000 less than the critical value of 0.05. It suggests that there is a significant difference between the pretest and the post-test scores with before and after the intervention. As you can see, this is the action research work plan and timelines. We have the activity, the time frame, the persons involved, and resources acquired. So from the reproduction up to the data gathering. So I started this research from October 1 up to November 3. And from there, so I used the pre-test teams like test, and then I gave it to my 33 pupils. So for the cost estimates, so I only have to spend 870 pesos since I only have very few subject. So these are the plans for dissemination and utilization. The findings of the research will be more effective and meaningfully if properly disseminated. So the activity, the objectives, responsible key persons involved, timeline, and the output. So from the planning to workshop, so this will be disseminated through the research conducted, and the involved persons are the district supervisors, key administrators in math, the principals, and the teachers. The timeline from October 3 to 7, 2021, and then utilization of conducted research. So I guess for the findings of this research, I highly suggest and highly suggest that similar studies should be conducted to determine if the Project Mathtuto is really effective to some other grades, since my subject is only grade 5 pupils. So I guess that um, it is much better if there will be more subject or more grades, so that we will know if the project is effective or not. So with that, I am very much grateful having my research presented with you. So with that, thank you very much, and thank you for listening. God bless. Thank you.